welcome to a disrupting session. Michael Kenner, an amazing guy. He's founded DBV, which is a digital disruption, a venture which has done a lot of startups. You worked with FazWaz, you worked with insurance startup Tattoo, MyMediTravel, the Tiger as well, and also SciJai, which is another home healthcare startup. So yeah, so you're doing a lot of things, Mike.
Yeah, we're building loads of different technology solutions in Southeast Asia. So yeah, we're really good.
Okay, but today we're going to talk about real estate. So real estate disruption. I know you were one of the co-founders of FazWaz as well, and FazWaz has a lot of technology.
Correct. So I think that the main thing we're looking at is FazWaz has almost 1 million searches every single month. So we have loads of data in relation to what's going on in the market. That's not just data on what people are searching from, but inventory data and all different indicators piled into the models. The question is during this pandemic, how can we utilize this data to make both developers' lives, buyers' lives, renters' lives, and sellers' lives a lot more easier? And we've got lots of different technology solutions that we've developed and are coming out to try and solve these problems.
What's your viewpoint about a bricks and mortar brokerage? Is it still relevant?
It's not. I think in Western markets, 98% of searches of real estate start online now, and this is only going to increase to probably maximum capacity. So we think that tech-enabled brokerages that utilize data and technology will be not just a way forward, but only the normality. Yes.
I know with DBV, you're also doing a lot of innovation as well. We've talked before about AVM, right? Yeah, tell us a little more about AVM.
Okay, cool.
Here we go. We got a new sound on. There we go. All good?
So AVMs is automated valuation models. So this exists in more of the West, but what we're doing in Thailand specifically is we're bringing valuation real time directly to any consumer, whether that's a developer or a buyer or a seller. So for example, how do you price property in Thailand? Lots of different developers, sellers, they put their finger up in the air and they price. I'm sure there's slightly more to that. What we do is use both macroeconomic indicators and micro indicators. Every single transaction that's happened during our platform, every single search and every single price to value property in Thailand. It's so advanced now that 3 of the biggest banks in Thailand are utilizing this to actually price up mortgages. So the AVM is our automated valuation model, and it's now available to everyone for free.
Oh, how do I do that?
So you go onto the website, and I think you find value your property.
Is that FazWaz?
That's FazWaz.com, and you value your property, and it will give you a valuation. It will give you a price, and also it will give you an indicator in relation to how accurate we believe this price is. Because in some rural areas, we find it hard to price. But in CBT areas like Midtown Bangkok or Phuket or Pattaya, we do this really well.
One of the most interesting things is in the pandemic, property prices are fluctuating. We're saying, how much is my property worth? Getting an appraisal in terms of how is the AVM really going to show it accurate? What if the value of my property is actually lower than I think it is?
Yeah, and this is actually, the majority of the use cases. So it uses basically demand of the platform to adjust prices as well. So we're not just looking at what's happening on a macroeconomic level, for example, exchange rates and inflation. We're also actually using our demand side, buyer side, to actually price property. So if we have heavy demand for a certain property type in a certain region, we'd increase the price, within reason to the actual property itself.
So you're able to get real-time valuations versus waiting weeks and weeks for hard valuation.
Correct. So if you go on and value your property today and you go on and value your property tomorrow, the price will change. Not very much, probably a few dollars, but every day we run our algos. It actually takes about 6 hours to actually run a process of the AVM. It's such a large computation power, so this takes a long time, but every day we update it.
Okay. So if I'm a real estate developer today, I'm saying in the middle of the pandemic, it's been a pretty harsh 16 months going into maybe 2 years soon. How can I use technology to get better results to start selling properties as well?
Yeah, that's a great thing. So I think pricing is important and understanding data. So FazWaz is launching something called an Insights app, which has all the data across our platform given to all consumers now for free in a data dashboard. It's called the Insights app. So I'd use technology like this. I would also utilize all the platforms. It's not just FazWaz. There's DD, Property, HitFlat, and many others, because they have a good representative of what's going on in the market. They all use algorithms to basically display real estate. Move to virtual tours. Virtual tours, things like Matterport, this is a thing of the now. You don't have to view the property. You can literally view it in detail before going there. And there's lots of other utilities you can actually use with the technology.
I think one big question has been for foreign buyers who can't get to Thailand and want to buy a property, how much can you automate that process through the digital side?
Well, we have processes like make an offer now. So digitally, you can go online, make an offer, the buyer or seller 25% below market value and negotiate online without the use of agents. that actually exists to now. I think you can do everything digitally from contract creation. The only thing you can't do is transfer, which has to be done at the land office, which can probably be done under power of attorney.
Okay. What's exciting you out there? Maybe one final question is, what's exciting you as far as technology next? What's going to be next for proptech?
Well, I think that, the whole move of, say, travel agents online, I think we're seeing this with real estate now. So how far will this go? Will we see the rise of digital real estate agents, whereas just platform-based? This is where we think potentially it could go, with the less reliance on people to actually, agents to do any work. So we believe that this is the future, and we're hoping that we can get there over the next 5 years.
Michael Kenner, a man of many hats, doing a lot of digital ventures out there. Thank you so much for talking to us today. And again, we look forward to new startups coming from you soon, all right?
Yep, hopefully.